Hey everybody, welcome back to the TBC podcast.
Hey.
I'm Hareo.
I'm Morgaloth.
And today's podcast is brought to you by Microsoft. Alright, so the Nintendo Switch live presentation was today. The what was it called? I guess it was just the Switch presentation. Launch event. There we go. That's the word. So we watched it, so you didn't have to. Thanks Microsoft for that. We appreciate it. We are actually not sponsored by Microsoft before anybody sues us. Anyway, so
Well, you watched it. I didn't. I completely slipped my mind that it was today until it was too late.
I just happened to be on YouTube and it was on my little thing. It was like Nintendo is live right now. I'm like, oh shit. Wait, it's like 11 o'clock at night. What the fuck? Anyway, so the Nintendo Switch, we're just going to recap what they went through in the event real fast. Or I'm going to recap and he's going to comment on it because we're fun guys like that. Anyway, The Nintendo Switch will be released on March 3rd, 2017 in the US, Japan, certain countries in Europe, and other territories, all on March 3rd. They didn't say anything about Australia. I'm sorry, Dentonimus. I'm sorry. It will be released for $299.99 in the United States, at least. The suggested retail price of $299.99, which I honestly think is a super great deal for what it is. I mean, it's the same price as the Wii U. Of course, you know, the Wii U was $350 at launch, actually, but or the deluxe version was. But $299.99 for the Switch, it seems like a good deal.
Yeah.
Considering when you look at the price of the accessories. Like the we'll get into it, the Joy-Cons and the Pro controllers, they're a little pricey by themselves. Upwards of $70 and more. Ooh, I think $70 is the cheapest accessory I saw tonight, but anyway, we'll worry about that later. We want to get into the actual presentation, but for those who just cared about when it was coming out and how much it is, there you go. Anyway, moving on. The translators, the English translators for this presentation, not the greatest translators in the world. They had, this is supposed to be a hype event. This is get you hyped. This thing's coming out in less than 2 months. This is get you hype.
Wow.
Some of these guys sound bored. One of these people didn't even know how to translate. It was just fucking awful.
Did just not know? Was he just not saying not know what the guy was saying?
Well, he was trying. And it got really awkward, considering I'm pretty sure they had a script, so he just might not be able to read. But what's his name? The head guy at Treehouse, the head translator, he was actually in Japan for the event translating. But we'll get it on that. Yeah. So let's the Nintendo Switch will have online integrated with smart devices and a paid service that we'll find out later this year.
Oh, they didn't give any details on what the paid service is?
I missed this part of the conference, so I don't know exactly what was said there, but I imagine it was, we're going to have a paid service. I hate paid services. Yeah. I don't want to have to pay online to play online, but if they're like going to be like PS Plus for the PS3, not PS4, but PS3, where, hey, we're going to offer you some free games every month. I'm all for that kind of paid service, But fuck you for making me pay to fucking play with my friends online. I already paid my internet bill and I already gave you $300 for the console. Fuck you.
Right.
All right. That's my thoughts on the integrated. The integrated with smart devices. That could be interesting. We've seen it with the PS4. We've seen it with the Xbox One. I mean, kind of integrated with Miiverse and Miitomo, but nobody gave a shit about Miitomo after like the third day. Yeah. A lot of people forget Miitomo exists, including me, until it came out of my mouth just like 2 seconds ago. But anyway,
I mean, we tried it out and it's like, oh yeah, it's still on my phone, but I haven't opened it in like however long it's been since it's been out. To be honest, like that first week, it was fun just fucking with you guys, like answering the questions. And some weird answers.
I gave pretty good answers.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Nintendo Switch will be region free for all of you wondering. Yay! That's a big deal to a lot of people. So hey, we're not going to have any crazy problems with region locking. That's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure because once again I missed the beginning of the conference because I'm an idiot and forgot it was on. But this next thing, the Nintendo Switch inherits all of Nintendo's innovations from past consoles. I'm not exactly sure what that means. I guess I could have researched it, but I didn't. I would assume, it has some things from the Wii that became very apparent when they started showing off games. Obviously, there's some mixture of the Wii U in there. Maybe that means the virtual console's coming there, so you can still play your SNES, NES games, whatever.
That'd be nice.
Maybe some GameCube games. Haven't we already announced that for the Wii U, though? I don't know. This podcast going well.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, they showed off a new promo video. That's cool.
I have to go watch that.
Yeah. Before we go into any further, let's talk about the Joy-Con controllers. All right, so the Joy-Con is what they're calling the little dongles you saw in the reveal trailer, whatever that came out.
The ones that slide on the edge of the screen to make it its own. Okay.
They're called the Joy-Cons.
Joy-Cons.
They will come in. They will you can either at launch the console will have either just the gray black ones that you've seen so far, or they're gonna have two different consoles, but they're gonna have the same specs. They're just the biggest difference is the color of the Joy-Cons. The black gray one you've already seen, and the other one has one that's red and one that's blue. Not just like a red one and a blue one. No, it's the same console. One side is red, the other side is blue, which is gonna piss off a lot of people with OCD that didn't want a gray one, but now they're like, "Fuck, I have to get the gray one." Fuck. But you can buy Joy-Cons separately for I think $79.99
for one of them or for both?
For a set, or $60 for one, I think is what it was. I'll verify those in a minute.
But would they sell like the opposite setup? Like if the left one's
but you can buy them separately
and the right one's red, I would assume, because usually that's the way it is. Can you buy it the other way around?
Yeah, you can buy them in sets of the same color.
Oh, okay.
And they're gonna have more colors than just red, blue, and gray. They already announced that. So we're going to talk about the Joy-Cons for a second.
Okay.
There is an NFC reader in the right Joy-Con, so you can use your Amiibos. Okay. That's pretty fun.
Cool.
There's a capture button on the left Joy-Con for capturing images and videos. They said a video is coming eventually, but it will capture images immediately at launch, I believe is what they said. I have really shitty notes here. So each Joy-Con contains a motion and gyro sensor.
Okay.
Which, I think is the same thing. Also, I actually thought that was cool, and this is like the first thing I messaged you about, was the Joy-Cons have a left and right shoulder buttons built into the little sidebar that connects to the screen. That side there has them hidden up there. So even if you're using the little Joy-Con to play a game, because you have to break it in half to play a 2-player game because you don't have a couple pro controllers. That's cool. They have left and right shoulder buttons, which is two more buttons. Which yeah.
So then it would have has two buttons, the joystick, and then not the joystick, or it has four buttons. Four buttons.
An analog stick and two shoulder buttons.
Okay.
Which is enough to play a Super Nintendo game.
Which that's a lot. Good enough to play quite a few things.
All right, and I already mentioned that the Joy-Con color, they'll come in other colors beyond red and blue and gray eventually. The Wii strap is back, baby. The Joy-Cons will have a strap that you attach where you attach the screen, that little area there, if you want to wear a strap, because bitches be breaking TVs. Just saying.
Yeah, it's always good to have a strap on. To have the strap on.
Damn it, Morgulov. This is a family-friendly show. So anyway,
there's no fucking way this is a family show.
You're right. We should give it up by now. Anyway, the straps. I was never a fan of the Wii strap, but because fuck it. But
yeah, I never used it myself really either. They said, oh, you should use the strap, so I used it. Now I have to undo it, put it down, and it got really bad, especially with the Wii Motion Plus.
Yeah, or you had to fucking put it on the table every fucking 2 seconds while you played that shitty ass Skyward Sword.
That was one of the things that bothered me about that game. Was set it down, wait, pick it back up. Fuck.
Anyway, so they're back and better than ever, I guess. They don't look as evil as the Wii straps were. Anyway, the Joy-Con also has a motion IR camera in the right Joy-Con. So you can do like, hand signals to it and shit.
Oh.
And they have a unique advanced haptic feedback called HD Rumble that will apparently make you feel like you're really holding shit that you're seeing yourself hold in the game. So that should be interesting.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
It does. It looked interesting, but as we all know with Rumble, at least in the past, it's just been a lot of shaking. Sometimes a little overboard, but hopefully they figured it out really well, and it will be interesting.
Well, I guess it means that it now has a better control over how much and how little. So if something taps, I mean, it'd be a light shake maybe, and if it's a big smack, you might get more of a vibration from it or something. I don't know.
All right. So now we're going to step away from the Joy-Cons. I wanted to talk about them because they're interesting. I can't wait to actually get them out and feel them.
Because they're little tiny controllers, and they're portable too. So not only can you play it with the big screen, you could do a two-player game on the go.
We now call the grip controller, or you can play them by themselves. We'll get into that more later, though.
Yep.
We want to go to the actual console itself. It has 3 gameplay modes, which is TV mode, which is, I imagine it's on your TV, and you can play with whatever fucking controller you want. Right. It's fine. There's tabletop mode, which is when you knock out that kickstand on your nice, sexy screen. You put it on your table. You can use your Pro controller, or you can pull the Joy-Cons out and play your game while watching the screen on the actual console itself. And then there's handheld mode, which is pretty obvious. You pick up the screen and you play on the go.
Right.
Which brings us into our next point. How the fuck is the battery life? Because you're imagining this console is going to be pretty powerful.
Right. Right.
So,
and it's got to have, because everything's on the screen thingy, basically. The rest of it is just a cradle for, charging.
Yes, we'll also discuss
and
that
so,
in a minute.
I know, yeah, but it has to do with this. So, you got to, there's got to be, I don't know how big it is. Do you know?
It looks to be about 6 inches long total.
Okay. With the controllers on it?
Maybe.
So we're thinking somewhere like an iPad mini type size, more or less.
Yeah, maybe probably a little bigger, but
okay. So you got to have all the stuff in there and the space to hold. Because they're gonna have to have space to hold, downloadable games. So how much room do they really have for a battery in there?
All right. Well, they didn't actually give about how big the battery is, but they said battery life will vary depending on the game.
Obviously.
But they expect you to get 2.5 to 6.5 hours of gameplay.
That's a huge range there.
Depends on the game.
I guess
you're playing some Skyrim, you're going to be running pretty fucking hot. You're playing some Virtual Console game that came out 25 years ago. Maybe not so hot.
Yeah.
But here's the cool thing: it is rechargeable, and it uses USB-C.
Okay.
So you can plug in your wireless charger.
That's the one that's
while you play.
The wider one, right?
Yeah, it's what my phone uses actually.
Okay.
Which is very handy. So that's pretty, you can it's uncomfortable, but it'd be like carrying around a wireless charger for your phone if you really wanted to do it that way. Okay. It works, and they showed it off, yada yada. That's pretty cool. So multiplayer, you might be asking. Hopefully they didn't fuck this up, because all we've seen so far is local multiplayer. All right, here's the thing. It can, in fact, connect over Wi-Fi. If you didn't think it would be able to, what the fuck is wrong with you? The Wii U could do it. Why couldn't the Switch? I saw people, I was watching the fucking comments on the YouTube stream. It was going by really fast, but people were like, Nintendo doesn't know how to internet. And I was like, dude, sure, the Wii U didn't do it that well, but... fuck.
The Wii connected to the internet, and the Wii U, and the 3DS, and the DS.
But they're going to fuck up multiplayer. No, it's going to connect just fine over Wi-Fi. over Wi-Fi. It's not going to have a fucking cellular signal in it, unlike the PS Vita did at launch, but whatever. And you can connect locally with up to 8 switches. Not just like 8 people on the one switch, but you can have 8 switches connected to each other in the same room.
Nice. That's one of the things that I kind of didn't care for with the Wii U is you couldn't have multiple Wii U's. Yeah.
I couldn't bring my gamepad over and like party with you.
Right.
You know? Which was like a fucking promise thing day one. I'm not gonna bitch at Nintendo too much. This video brought to you by Microsoft. Just kidding. Shit. So yeah, they hyped up 2 gamepads. Never happened. This they're promising 8 switches at launch.
Wow.
For multiplayer. So that's pretty great. Let's see if I missed anything.
Well, I guess that it's different because I don't know. Why is it different? Whatever. I don't know. I was gonna say something, but I don't know where I was going with that.
All right. So
because it's the actual console, whereas the gamepad
was just the
peripheral, the controller thing. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the Nintendo Switch box includes the game console, which is just the screen. Mm-hmm. That is the console. It is not. It's not the dock. It's like, oh, it makes it more powerful. No, the console is the screen. The screen is everything. Mm-hmm. All right. So it comes with 2 Joy-Cons. Mm-hmm. It comes with wrist straps for those Joy-Cons. Mm-hmm. It comes on with the Joy-On grip, which I assume is the controller, the grip controller.
Okay.
It comes with that sexy dock you've seen, which turns it into TV mode.
Right.
Comes with an HDMI cable, because why the fuck wouldn't it?
Yeah.
An AC adapter, and then they showed a Pro controller on the screen, and I'm like, holy shit, they're gonna put a Pro controller in? And they were like, Pro controllers sold separately. Fuck you, Nintendo. Fuck
close.
you. Anyway, like I said earlier, there will be 1 model with the gray controllers and 1 with a red and blue controller, and those are the launch consoles.
Why
but
red
as
and
we
blue?
get into games, all right, what?
Why red and blue?
America. Anyway, as we get into games, we'll discuss some things they could have done. If I missed anything out, whoa. It is 2 o'clock in the morning, guys. I'm sorry.
Almost.
We were just excited. Anyway, as we get into games, you might start wondering, maybe they're going to have some special edition consoles, but at launch, it's kind of hard to do that. We don't know. We'll see. Anyway, the first game they showed off, at least the first game I saw they showed off, was this Wii Sports like game, which is basically like, if you don't know what Wii Sports is, or what, you know what Wii Sports is. It's the #1 game ever made. It was a proof of concept game. It was just let's show the concepts of this game, or of this game console, and make some games around just the concept of the controller. That's basically what this is. This game's called 1-2 Switch. It has a multitude of little party games mixed in that you can play with people. And you don't even have to use the screen, so that's interesting.
You don't have to use this.
Watch the trailer. Watch the trailer. It's the only thing I can say. Once again, go to Nintendo's YouTube channel if you want to watch all these trailers. They're all on there. All right, so the next game, unless you want to ask questions about it, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
The next game they showed off looked a little more interesting, but it was still kind of proof of concept. Nintendo Land, woo! No, it wasn't Nintendo Land. It was a game called ARMS. It is a competitive one-on-one fighting game where you have extendable arms to beat the shit out of each other while boxing using like Wii Motion Plus here. So
it's just Rock'em Sock'em Robots in the video game.
Well, there's some differences. You can jump, you can dash, you can block, but apparently the people playing didn't know how to block, and the guy even said so. They're like, these guys don't know how to block shit.
That's great.
It looks interesting, but like I said to you while this is going on, these games don't look, they look like they'd be fun games to play at a party or with family or whatever, but they don't look like games I'd ever like go out of my way to play. Unfortunately, like if 1-2 Switch comes with the Switch, I'll be happy to like play some Switch games with you at some point. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway. The next game they showed off, I don't know if these are actually in order. Those are just shitty notes. But anyway, Splatoon 2 was announced.
Ooh.
Surprise. There's new movement, systems, styles, weapons, and some new maps, of course, because it's a new game. We can't just rehash the whole thing.
No, of course not.
Quick dashes.
Never played the other one, so I don't really know much about it.
Well, it's fun and competitive, and that's all that matters, right?
Yeah. And it's like it's almost a first-person shooter. I mean, it is kind of, but it's not shooting each other. So I guess
you can shoot each other though.
I mean, yeah, but the point's to like paint as much, right?
Cover most of the map and
as much.
Or ink, yeah. Anyway, they added quick dashes, new ultimates, jetpacks, which is like the coolest fucking thing ever. The big thing they announced you can use the Pro controller or the Joy-Cons to play it. Gyro controls are still in the game. You can press X to use map and jump to comrades. And that was all they announced there. More details coming, and it launches summer 2017. Get fucking hyped. That is Splatoon 2, guys. How exciting. The next thing we want to talk about, though, is the one a lot of people were excited about, is during the Switch reveal trailer, they showed off this new Super Mario game. It was very vague at what was going on, but they actually, showed a little more here. This is a new game. It is not Galaxy 3. I don't know how anybody thought it'd be, but like even after like the name of the game come up, people were like, is this Galaxy 3? Like, guys, this is the worst part of the internet. Anyway, of course, full 3D movement. The coolest thing is Mario's cap is alive.
It's alive.
And it has its own little abilities, like in the video they were showing Mario throwing his hat to attack enemies, or throwing his hat and jumping on it to use it as a platform. It looks really cool, guys. I recommend you head over to Nintendo's YouTube channel, and watch that video. That is called Super Mario Odyssey, or as I called it before they unveiled the name, Super Mario Grand Theft Auto. Anyway,
that is what you called it. That's exactly what you sent me. You sent me.
It started in a city. So it looks like the hub is in a major big city, and it had a super a Sonic feel to it. That one was a Sonic 06, where it is like you have like little short, fat, plump animated Mario with like these realistic humans walking by, and I was like, that's just wrong. That's launching holiday 2017. Get ready for that, kids. The next big thing, Xenoblade 2 was announced, bitches. I don't know if anybody's surprised. Although, shouldn't it be Xenoblade 3?
I don't know.
But whatever, because there's Xenoblade Chronicles, Xenoblade Chronicles X, Xenoblade 2. Whatever. They showed off some gameplay. Go check that out if you're interested in Xenoblade. All right. I mean, that's all I got from that.
I guess, there's no real numbering system there. You went from no number to X, so I guess I don't know.
Yeah. Or maybe there was a Xenoblade before Xenoblade Chronicles. I don't know. Anyway, the next thing they revealed was Fire Emblem Warriors. It looks pretty good. Dragon Quest 10 and 11 are coming to the Switch in Japan, but also Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2 is also coming. That I believe that'd be a port, seeing it's already on Dragon Quest Heroes, but whatever. Now I'm kind of rushing through these because they didn't actually discuss a whole lot with these. They have a new Shin Megami Tensei game they showed off. A game that looks super interesting to me, but we didn't really get a lot of details. This next one was by Square Enix. It's called Project Octopath Traveler. It looks really interesting. I suggest you go check out that trailer. The next up, they had Bethesda come out and talk about how honored they are to have a game on a Nintendo console. Yes, the rumors are true, even though you could have seen it in the reveal trailer if you're paying attention. Skyrim will be on the Wii U, or the Switch, the Nintendo Switch. Skyrim will be on the Switch. I didn't see a release date for it.
They probably
the biggest announcement. The biggest announcement of the night, though, was they got EA out here. They got this fucking English guy come out here, and he's all like, "Guys, here at EA, we love fucking Nintendo products. That's why we've supported them wholeheartedly throughout all of their fucking good and bad times." And he said, and that is why we are bringing to the Switch the number one sports game of all time, and I'm like, I don't want to play Madden on a Nintendo Switch. And he's like, FIFA, and I'm like, oh shit, that's a thing. I forgot that exists. So FIFA is in fact coming to the Switch. I was surprised. I thought Madden would be the number one sports game, but I live in the United States. We don't care for FIFA here. Just to be honest with you.
Some people do.
There's like 5 people who do. We know like one of them. But you often get territorial here. You know, football's big here.
Yeah.
Real American football. And the rest of the world, real non-American football is popular. And we forget about that here. I'm sorry. FIFA's coming to the Switch. Yay for you guys. I don't know if soccer would be fun on a game console, but I haven't tried it. If you'd like to send us a FIFA game, though, feel free. Anyway, the game that got me excited was they announced the No More Heroes game. I guess No More Heroes 3. They didn't give us any details or name or anything else, but they're like, it's happening, guys. Get hyped. Woo-woo. I'm hyped. And finally, the last thing they did was show off a new Breath of the Wild trailer, and it looks fucking awesome. They showed off a little more of the story. We got to see Princess Zelda.
Really?
Got to see a little more details. Confirms that whatever the fuck happened 100 years before this game takes place. Yada yada yada. Where there's booming cities and now it's all a wasteland. It shit happens. Ganon. What is it? They call it the Kalazan Ganon or something? I don't know. Fuck. It's been a while, like 2 hours since I watched the trailer. It's awesome. Go check that out if you haven't. They also confirmed that Breath of the Wild for the Switch will be released on launch day, March 3rd, 2017. Get your copies now. What I'm not happy about with Nintendo right now is, though, they didn't fucking just put up for the Switch and Wii U, fucking March 3rd. No, it was just for the Switch, March 3rd. Yeah, fuck you, Wii U people. Here's the thing. At the moment, I'm going to get a Switch eventually. Probably not on March 3rd, just because I waited in line for the Wii U, and I'm never doing that again. So it'll probably be like 6 months from now when stock's back up, back in stores. Here's the thing, though. If they like fucking come out on like fucking February 20th and like, so guys, we're canceling the Wii U version of Breath of the Wild. So get yourself a Switch. I'd be like, I would never support Nintendo again after that. I'm sorry, I wouldn't. It kind of pisses me off. I'm pretty sure I'm 100% sure they're not canceling it because they know they're no better than to shit all over people.
Right.
I've read a few things that said it. The Wii U version's also coming out on March 3rd. But I would expect it 7 days after March 3rd, so March 10th. But it's probably, I don't know. If they're going with the Twilight Princess thing, Twilight Princess came out a week before it came out on the Wii, a week before it came out on the GameCube. That's what I expected to happen here, and I'd be perfectly fine with happening here.
A week's not bad.
I just want them to be like straight up, hey guys, we didn't forget about you. You fucking Wii U people are our fucking loyalist customers we have. We're not going to fuck you over and not release this game we've been promising you since before this console came out.
Right.
What the fuck ever. Just shit all over us. And I understand it was a Switch event. But all you have to do is put the little Wii U logo in the corner whenever you're showing its release date, you know?
Well, I'm sure they'll probably tweet it out sometime, or it'll probably be.
Yeah, they might have tweeted it out already. I just didn't pay attention because I did I think Polygon posted, Nintendo confirms Wii U version coming out same day. I don't trust Polygon though. They're fucking bunch of liars. Anyway, I'm gonna go through my notes real quick. If you want to kind of gather your thoughts here.
I mean, I'm super excited. I'll probably end up getting it. I don't know. I don't know if I'll get it on launch or not. I haven't made that decision yet. It'd probably help to make that decision soon so I can pre-order it, huh?
Yeah.
And make sure that I actually get one.
I'm pretty sure pre-orders are already sold out, so too bad.
Well, whatever.
Anyway, I missed a few games. The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, Super Bomberman, and NBA 2K18 will be also coming out on the Switch. I don't have dates on any of these things. I'm sorry. I'm a really poor note taker. One thing, they did this little montage where they just showed a whole bunch of games. You know how they do in Nintendo things. I did see a Xenoverse game in there, a Dragon Ball Xenoverse game in there, so that's exciting. I am a Dragon Ball Xenoverse fan. I have it on both the PS3 and Steam. I don't have Xenoverse 2. If anybody wants to buy me Xenoverse 2, hit me up on Steam. Please. Even though it's pretty much the same game. It's okay. It's okay. It'd be exciting to have it on the Switch. Like I said, I'm probably not getting a Switch at launch just because I got a Wii U at launch, and I'm a little salty that I kind of got mistreated by Nintendo.
Because they lowered the price, or what?
Well, there was that. Then, we're just going to cancel support. And then we're going to pretend like the Wii U version of Breath of the Wild doesn't exist, yada, yada, yada. Which I get it. It was a Switch event. But, all you had to do was fucking put a Wii U logo in the corner. Fuck you, Nintendo. Well. So to highlights of this here event, I really wish they would have had better translators. Or instead of making this a live Japanese event, do like they do in a Nintendo Direct, where it's pre-filmed and it's directed well, and whatever. It really wasn't a hype situation. Like E3. But here's the thing though. This was basically E3 for Japan. If you're in Japan, you're hyped the fuck out right now. But if you watch this in America with piss poor translators, you're not hyped at all right now, unless you're like, $300. Oh, it looks cool. That but a point of a presentation is to just get you hyped,
right? And
I didn't get that from the piss poor translators, but
the people that were speaking Japanese, they sounded excited, right?
All right, so the Japanese guys were coming out and they were being hilarious and batshit insane and having a good old time, and the translators were like, "And this game is coming out on this day," and yeah.
That's horrible.
No enthusiasm. If you're a fucking translator, learn some enthusiasm.
Right.
Especially if I'm watching this Japanese guy jump around and fucking have a big smile on his face, and you're talking like it's the end of the fucking lecture, and I just don't want to be here right now, and fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
Wow.
Anyway, that's my impression of that. There was some decent translating going on, but there's more to your job than just translating words into a different language. You have to, you are this guy's voice. You just shout over these fucking respectable Japanese men who make these games we love by fucking just being unenthusiastic about what they have to say. So Treehouse needs, I'm pretty sure Treehouse is the translating division of Nintendo. They need to fucking get rid of some of these people. Get to it, Bill. That's the guy's name. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Bill. Anyway, did I miss anything? Did I say I was going to talk about something and didn't?
I don't think so.
All in all, it looks pretty exciting. I'm excited about Super Mario Odyssey, of course, Breath of the Wild, which I'm going to get on the Wii U. Project Octopath Traveler, Skyrim, I already have it.
Yeah.
But, on the Switch, on the go.
Controller play, I don't know. True.
On the go, Skyrim on the go. I'm really looking forward to the No More Heroes 3 or whatever it ends up being called. FIFA. I'm excited. I don't care what you say. Yeah.
Well, okay.
Fuck, dude. It's going to sell like 30 copies in the US. It's going to be awesome. Anyway, Splatoon 2. I wasn't the biggest Splatoon fan just because I'm not, I guess I'm super competitive, but just League of Legends ruined competition for me. I will never play 5-on-5 again or 4-on-4, whatever the fuck. 1-2 Switch and ARMS. Fun looking games, but I'm not sure I'd buy them unless they were bundled in the console. That's my personal opinion there. Right. Xenoblade 2. I'm still working on Xenoblade Chronicles X. I don't know. Fire Emblem Warriors looks exciting. Dragon Quest games, always fun. That's all I got. What about you?
I mean, I'm mostly just excited for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, but we're gonna be playing that on our Wii U's. Also, if you want us to, should we have a day one stream? Nah.
Day one stream of what?
Too many people are gonna be doing day one streams, so we're gonna do like a day 3 stream. Anyway, guys, that's it for the Nintendo Switch presentation recap podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe because you're cool like that. And we answer every comment you post, or at least we read them. We try to comment on every comment, but anyway, March 3rd, 2017. It'll be a fun day. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to... what was my catchphrase?
Stay awesome.
Don't forget to be awesome. Stay awesome.
Yeah.
Don't forget to stay awesome.
And
we'll
stay
see
sexy.
you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, that too.